It's a new era in the pursuit to find the fittest in Australia. Hello everybody and welcome to Jervis Bay, New South Wales, the home of the 2018 Bay Games. As the sun rises, so do our warriors, filled with anticipation, apprehension and adrenaline. For many, these are the athletes that represent the greater community, the ones who pursue their dreams and train relentlessly, regardless of work or life demands. They are the 99.99% of the population, the everyday warriors, our warriors. For the next 2 days, these athletes will be pushed to their limits and beyond as they face the ultimate proving ground to become the boss of the Bay. For some, it will be about competing. For others, simply completing. Where limits are pushed far beyond their boundaries and perseverance and determination face their ultimate test. From long and grueling to fast and heavy. If you're going to test fitness, strength and teamwork, this is the rawest way. It will be about fighting for everything and leaving nothing on the table. If you're to be crowned the boss of the Bay in 2018, you will have earned it.
Well, we're all set up. We have an arena. We have all sorts of infrastructure here. We're ready for everyone to arrive at 5 o'clock this evening. We will have athletes arriving and registering, picking up their packs, and we can feel the excitement building. Last year we had 136 athletes, and as of right now, and registrations are still open for the fun run, we have almost 600 athletes this year, so we've more than tripled the event. It's really quite exciting. Well, I guess CrossFit as a brand has grown in popularity and has done a great job in spreading the word about the values of functional fitness, but I guess what we've done with the Bay Games is make it accessible to the masses. It's all about the everyday warriors, the weekend warriors, let's say, and I think that message came out loud and clear last year. And we've pushed pretty hard to make sure that people know about the event, and it seems to be, I guess, a point of difference. The fact we've got the beautiful Jervis Bay here, we've got the water-based events, the beach-based events, and then of course up here in the arena. So I think it's the mixture of those events plus the fact that we're reaching out to the everyday athletes. So we've got some serious competitive athletes here this year, which obviously we're very pleased to have them here. We welcome them here, and what it does do is obviously elevate the event itself, but also gives the weekend warriors something to look at, something to aspire to and learn from, and compete alongside. I mean, where else can you do that? There's very few sports where you can compete alongside the pointy end of the stick, if you like.
It's a really big thing to be fit, and not only to be fit, but to be a functional, fit person. It's better than just being bulky and strong and being able to lift heavy. When you do this functional fitness, you can actually move as well. You need to be able to have those quick reaction times, and you need to be strong and mentally fit. That's the biggest thing, mentally fit. Well, this is actually my first comp, so I'm scared, but it's not putting myself up against other people. It's me seeing if I can do it myself. Against myself. That's the only person I'm competing against.
I don't like to lose at anything. I'm quite competitive in everything I do. So I'm a real estate agent, for starters. And yeah, winning is my game. But I'm winning for myself. It's a mental thing.
It takes 2 to tango, but 4 to blow the competition out of the water. And to start, the athletes must face the monster.
We train as a team every day. You know, we don't do team workouts very often, or we do some partner WODs, but every day we're in together, we're doing our strength together. We have a really good community where everyone's in doing the class, shouting across the room to each other, talking to each other, bantering with each other. You know, you don't come here to do a solo session. You know, you come here because you like the people here, you like to train with them, you like to push each other. That's what's going to be fun at the Bay Games, and competing as a team too, because you know exactly what each other are capable, because we're in here every day together. And you know how their mind works because you train with them and you watch them, so we'll be able to get out different things from each other. You know, the whole idea of it is to look after each other and to have fun, and rather than, you know, if I wasn't feeling awesome on the day and I was doing individual, that's all the pressure on me, you know. But if I'm in a team, we'll kind of do it together and we're going to be proud of each other. If someone's looking like they're having an off day, but we get them through it, how cool is that? I know exactly what I'm doing, but still found it hard to get motivated. And then when I started doing CrossFit, it has that element of bettering yourself all the time. So there's something to work towards that's not physical, that's not, not about looks or not about weight or anything like that. You're feeling stronger, you can do more skills, and I think that's what people get really excited about. So I love working here because I love showing people that what their bodies can do. And I think that's the thing that people get excited by. They go, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like my body just pulled itself up over a bar. I never thought I'd be able to do that. And that excites them more than going, oh, I've got to go to the gym to lose weight, or I've got to go to the gym to put on muscle, or I've got to, do that thing. Because if it's fun, you're going to come back. You're not going to, even if you're super dedicated to your training, you'll keep training. If it's not fun, you'll stop. You're not going to get results.
There's no point you trying to show the world how fit you are or how strong you are when your team is where it matters, or your team is, left behind. There's no point speeding out ahead of everyone just to show everyone how good and strong you are when you look like a fool, because you've got a whole team to work together and to be strong together. And I think if you're a strong person in your team, or you're strong fitness-wise in your team, I guess the biggest thing is you're only ever as strong as your weakest link. And I think the biggest thing with our team is that we're taking down is we're just trying to get everyone to communicate a whole lot better, because there's so many different fitness levels in every team, no matter what you do. And I think that's what we're trying to achieve in everything we do.
Next up, event number 2, the steamroller. Working in pairs, they must flip, run and lift repeatedly. A brutal combination. To this point, the athletes have been put through the ringer. The fact that they're still in the arena putting in this level of effort is simply awe-inspiring.
Most people don't understand what they have. Most people don't know they can do more than what they think they can. The number of times I've seen people and I go, can you just get 10 calories in 30 seconds? And they say, I can't do it. But then before they know it, they're doing it. People need to have more self-belief. People need to try first. And if they don't succeed, we'll go, well, how can I make that happen? It's just, you set goals and you take little steps to achieve them, because when you achieve that goal, you want to set another one because it makes you feel good. So living life, we're meant to feel good. So little goals, it doesn't matter how small they are or how big they are, whatever the goal is, work towards achieving something so you feel good about what you're doing.
And then event number 3, overkill. A relay race with nowhere to hide.
For me, the Bay Games, I've been following it for a while. They combine the functional fitness in the gym with applied fitness out of the gym, and the best thing yet, it's not just for the elite, it's for everyone. And I'm always trying to encourage people to put themselves out there, just try something new. I mean, as adults, we don't get to compete very often, but this is something we can just try. You don't have to be great at it, you've just got to be willing to put yourself out there and give it a good crack.
What attracted me to the functional fitness stuff, I'm by no means an expert at it, but I like the idea of it because it's stuff that you can apply to just what you do. Like, just for example, lifting a drum up from the ground up to the top of a truck or the top of a shelf or something. It's functional, and that's probably the reason that a lot of fireys would do that functional fitness stuff, just because it's more relatable to what we do in real life. Diet's really important, and then tied in with the exercise, it's just a base level of fitness. My idea is I want to keep a base level of fitness, because once you fall off that base, it's really hard to get back up to even the base level. So if you maintain that and you happen to go a little bit further and get a little bit better at it, that's great. But to me, base fitness and just a reasonably good diet is important. Like, you've got to control your mental stuff to control your physical stuff, I guess. Because if you haven't got a mental game going on, it's really hard to get into that physical side, because you need to be structured and disciplined, and everyone's got different levels. Like, so you get young guys come in and they're just fit young guys, so they find it pretty easy. But like I said before, as you get a bit older, you're sort of trying to maybe maintain a level or keep up or whatever. So your mental game needs to be a bit strong. You've got to get that in tune before you can even get the physical stuff happening.
I think that people are looking for something different, and that's what it is. It's varied. It's a varied workout every day, and that's what draws people to it. It's just not the same thing over and over and over again. And it builds strength that translates, I should say, into everyday life, whether that's changing a tyre in your car or being able to carry all your shopping from the car to the house. I mean, I know these are really simple kind of examples, but doing CrossFit translates into so many other areas of your life.
For me, the whole fitness journey started really late. First time I picked up a barbell, I was 30. And now I'm chasing down younger athletes. But the feeling of just, I don't know, for me it was just starting something new, the excitement of starting something new, and again, just trying to do the best that I could be at what I was doing. And I just happened to do well at it. And once you realise, okay, I'm kind of okay at this, then you put forth more deliberate effort towards what you want to achieve. Before we knew it, we were on the CrossFit Games on the world stage, competing, just putting it out there. Walking out on the floor at the CrossFit Games is exhilarating. Everyone says it's absolutely lit, and it is. Fans are patriotic. They're patriotic about fitness, not just the spectacle that's on. They're patriotic about what it takes to get to that level. And I think with CrossFit, everyone can relate. Everyone does the same workouts, and so you can kind of see what it takes to get to that level.
The long-awaited event number 4, the Decider. Brawn will only get you so far in this event. It's brains that will get you across the line in first place.
Mate, we've had a cracking day. It's really put our competitors and athletes through their paces, right from the off this morning on the beach, in the beach brawl, right to where we are now. The look on some of their faces was just as unbelievable as they put themselves through rigorous paces here.
The battle's concluded. We crown the victors, the fittest in Australia. The events of the Games this year are as challenging as we have ever seen. We start with the beach brawl, a paddleboard and sandbag smash fest. But this is just the beginning.
Oh mate, to wake up this morning and just to see the weather, everything was nice and still. We've been going through the forecast all week, and to come down here now, the vibe's unreal. Everyone's positive, the crew's happy, having a laugh, the athletes are excited. It's going to be an amazing day. Our goal at the start was to have a stepping stone from your sort of amateur events inside the gyms and your smaller events inside there, to have a stepping stone to some of the bigger events. But of course, some of the athletes that have signed up this year, we're blown away as well. So to have the attention and know we're on the radar from some of the biggest athletes in the world is huge.
It's just more mental. You just gotta grind and push through. Your body's probably in pain and hurting, but it's just more of the mental side to push through it, and once that 3, 2, 1 go happens, it all subsides, and you just focus on what's ahead of you.
Now I see a lot of dedicated people here who put a lot of time and effort into training, look after themselves both physically and mentally. It's good for the body, it's good for the mind, physical fitness. We all love it here in Australia, it's a great place to be, but the CrossFit industry has taken off massively here in Oz, and it's growing year on year. The event last year about 150, this year tripled to nearly 600 people taking part.
We need health and fitness to be a lifestyle because the issues within not only Australia but worldwide in regards to the fact that the generation of my children might die of lifestyle diseases younger than what I am. So it's getting beyond a choice. We're creating a society that wants everything easy. We look at Facebook, we get what we want. We want an answer to something, we Google it. I feel like sometimes we don't think we need to do hard work anymore. But hard work is about what humans are about. We're meant to work hard to achieve something because that's what keeps us stimulated. Now, stimulation needs us to keep moving forward. If you want to be mediocre, I think that's when you start to lead to mental health problems because you don't think you can be any better. And if you don't think you can be any better, you're going to be complacent. Complacency will lead to just feeling mediocre.
Next up, it's fight or flight, a run, swim, run. As uncomplicated as it is challenging.
The training's paying off, but man, that was a killer. That's brutal.
Most of the time I know my game, but like when it comes to stuff where it's like a race and you can see the competitors, it's always dragging you an extra mile, so.
Focus, it's a grind, get your mind on track and just grind it out and get through it, and that's what I did. And I'm thinking I'm going to fall off the bike in a minute, but I didn't because I had 3 men surrounding me screaming in my ear, which is lovely because it's a support group and they're my biggest supporters. Love it.
Moving on to event number 3, the seesaw, a frenetic, fast-paced battle of muscles versus mind.
you need to have the mental to help the physical. If you believe in something, there is always limits to what you can achieve. Example, how fast you can run 400 metres. But you know what? You can hit your goal of that 400 metre race and hit that good time of maybe a 105. But then what else can you achieve whilst maintaining a 105? It's definitely a mental game, but it's also the physical. But you want to know that in order to be better physically, a little bit of pain and suffering is going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, life is about pain and suffering. And if we can't handle it, how do we expect to teach our kids? If I don't know what pain and suffering feels like, how can I teach my kids to persevere and be determined if I give up?
Tangled, event number 4, a battle of bar and box work.
I literally this morning finished listening to a podcast that Joe Rogan did with a guy called David Goggins. So he was an overweight guy and wanted to join the Navy SEALs as a clearance diver, but obviously didn't have any of the physical capabilities to do so. And he said he just entrenched in his head, like he just needed to get it done no matter what it took. And then he's saying that everyone only ever gives 40%. So if you think that you've given 100% to something, you've only really unlocked 40%. There's still that much more to give over that wall that everyone hits eventually to just keep on going. Seeing people grow or just better themselves, there's nothing more satisfying than that for me. I was a bigger guy. When I first started, I lost 25 kilos at one stage, and ever since then, I've never looked back.
And then the final event for the individuals, event number 5, a 21-15-9 sufferfest of epic proportions.
Just commit to the decision. Like, if you've thought about it, just like turn up to a gym. Like, everyone in this sport is really welcoming. The community is what brings us all together, and I think the thought of it is what gets in people's heads, that they don't think they're fit enough to do it. But I think just you got to start. Like, everyone starts somewhere, whether you're 60 or 13 years old or big or small, whatever. Like, you just got to take that initiative and confidence to just rock up at that gym and start your first session, start to meet people, and it just kind of skyrockets and domino effect from there, and you get into it and you just love it.
Despite the fierce battle, there can only be one boss of the Bay. But winning is not defined by medals, but by consistency, by conduct, and by character. As calm returns to the home of the Bay Games, warriors keep rising until we meet again.